Hello, everybody. Today's guest is Zen, a good friend of ours that is a very good Destiny player. And guess what? We talked about Destiny, chatted about Trials, talked a bit about his work, which is pretty interesting. He's a professional videographer. And then we talked more about Destiny. So it was really fun. We had a good time shooting the shit with him, and I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome to the BxPerience.
Boom.
So,
already,
Zen, we've finally went flawless twice. Good lord.
I know.
Rough week.
Back to back. Yeah.
Rough week.
I feel really bad. I mean, I'd want to do a card with you guys, but it just I don't know if that's the right map for me because I haven't played console in I don't know, months.
Yeah.
And I was playing it I played console on Thursday night. I just played a couple games, and I was just and I played actually on that map on Widow's Court, and I was just this is awful. It's literally, I feel like auto rifles suck on PC, but they're just way worse on console because you can't run away from them as easily.
Yeah, with PC, you can do that whole slide out, shoot, and then 180 slide backwards. You can't do that on console. So if you're literally not within inches of cover, you're basically dead. So.
Yeah,
and that's what we found. I don't really blame you too much after we struggled so much on that map because God, if you're out of position just by a little bit,
I think the reality is though, no matter who we decided to run that card with last night, I think it would have been bad.
I think it would have been rough. Yeah,
I think it's almost a better idea not to do it at all.
It's tough. I mean, a lot of people just even on PC, a lot of people I know just refuse to do carries.
Yep.
And I mean, even then, a lot of people, I don't know, it's just Trials is really weird right now. The first week was really fun. And then last week, shit hit the fan really bad with, people token farm. I don't know if you guys had token farmers on Xbox.
We did. We actually found that once we broke 3 wins, the cards got easier.
Yeah.
The first 3 wins were the hardest. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first 3 games were the hardest, and then it got easier. If we got past that, we got somewhere between 8 to 10 flawlesses last weekend with different people. It went really well. It was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed Anomaly.
I think it was mainly because it's the difference between console and PC too, probably, but it was a lot of shotgunning.
Yes,
on Anomaly. And
it was really tough.
So damn strong.
Anti-sports was so
it was
terrible.
really good on PC too. I mean, it's just it was weird though. A lot of these old D1 maps play so differently.
Yes.
Just from a PC perspective with the abilities and stuff like that and the movement, Top Tree Dawnblade and even Titan are so much stronger on PC.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was weird. Titans were really good on Anomaly just because, the Antaeus wards and stuff like that. This week I noticed on Widow's Court was Top Tree Dawnblade was really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
We haven't seen as many of them on console.
We
played a few of them.
2 or 3.
I don't think we.
I think
we might have lost to 1. But it wasn't because they were Dawnblade.
If they were good, though, I know it was going to be an issue.
Yeah. Well, most of the ones we played tried to float in the air and snipe us, and we would just primary them
Which
down.
is fine, but they didn't do it properly.
Yes.
You need to float near cover so you can just Icarus dash out of the way. Right? But most of the people that we fought with Icarus dash were just literally in the middle of the open, and it was easy pickings because they were just flying around.
I think overall, though, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry, no, you can go. It's fine.
I was just going to say, I think overall, Trials has been a really positive experience so far. But we'll see, next week what the map's and what map they go for. I know one of the maps that we've been struggling with in D2 is Rusted Lands. Rusted just plays so weird in D2.
It's weird.
It's just so strange, yeah. I
think I mentioned in your guys' chat that, the maps are kind of the same, but they changed the doorways a lot.
Yeah.
Or even on Convergence, which used to be Pantheon, they changed up that whole lane. Bannerfall they changed up. Remember,
yeah.
Bannerfall didn't have that little room or whatever, kind of that. It was a little bit more open. So it's just the maps are just playing the D1 maps they brought back are just playing so differently from what I remember in D1.
Yeah.
And now with all the abilities and stuff like that, they just play completely differently. The fact that rifts and barricades are in the game. And all hunters now have a dodge, not just you know,
not just Night
Not just Night
Stalkers.
Stalker.
And they buffed it where hunters can dodge like every 8 seconds. Like it's a way more ability driven kind of game than D1.
Here's an interesting thought. So like all hunters have dodges, right? What if all of the abilities were movement based and like all warlocks had Icarus dash and like all titans had something else?
I've heard that idea like floated around as like every class having some sort of mobility dodge dash thing. It's an idea.
I mean, like I'd live without a rift and Titan barricades, like especially now that they have the exotic where you can shoot through them. Like people literally just set up in lanes with snipers and shoot through the damn shields.
Yeah,
like, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, especially in trials, like you can just throw a barricade over a rift and then they're over a
barricades are really good right now.
Free res.
Yeah, for real, they are.
I mean, they take more damage. Like, I don't know. I haven't had too many issues with the barricades because I use fusions. So, like, usually one fusion bolt or two just takes down the barricade really fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, if I time it right and the Titan doesn't realize that I'm going to take the barricade down faster, I probably kill him, like, while I break the barricade. So I haven't had that issue as much, but I mean, I've seen other people like on my team that are running, you know, even a sniper or shotguns, you know what I mean? Like it takes a lot more damage.
I don't think it's even that it's really like giving us an issue. I think it's just annoying. Like we're not really struggling.
Well, it
against
changes
barricades.
the dynamic too, because for example, like say you get a pick, but they have a Titan teammate. Normally you would just push that pick and collapse on them, but then all of a sudden there's 3 of them and 2 of them have overshields because they just got a res and you're out of cover because you're starting to push, and
or you push them and they pop the rift and all of a sudden you're one shot and you just die.
And I don't think also too about the reses, people realize that like in D1 you had like the special ammo boxes, like forget about year 3 Destiny 1, but in D2 like you just get the reses are much faster in D2, I feel like. And I mean, you can punish it by killing them because you used to have the immunity timer. But if you waste like all your special ammo killing someone and they get the res off, you're kind of screwed because they spawn up with 2 more special ammo. And then you're just at such a huge disadvantage. So it's like, I don't know. It's just in a kind of a weird spot. Like they tried balancing the game and they got rid of a lot of like OP abilities. But then they give Hardlight and Suros like these crazy time to kills and stuff like that. I don't know.
It's just a crazy one too. There's just too many things about it that are good.
I don't understand.
It has no damage fall off. The stability is amazing now.
I mean, even on controller, I was watching it. I was like, "Holy shit!"
You know what blows my mind?
I laser people with that thing. It's crazy.
Extra damage
on bounces
for missing people.
I know.
And the thing is what I realized was we had a bunch of teams that would like jump at us, even in Burnout, less on Anomaly, but they'd be in the air shooting down with Hardlight on you, and you're like, why am I dying so fast? It's because if they're spraying near you, it's bouncing off the floor into your foot, and it's doing 32 damage per bullet. It's more than a headshot.
I think the thing that frustrated us the most last night on Friday when we were playing Widows was we were losing to a lot of teams that we shouldn't have lost to. Like I'm okay losing to like good teams where like we give our best and they like outplay us, but it bothers me losing to teams that we should have beat but like just for some reason couldn't, like or didn't. And we lost to a lot of teams last night that we shouldn't have lost to, and a lot of them were like just Hardlight spammers.
I mean, for me,
like
when playing...
you know, just Revoker spammers, like passive play. It was gross.
It was the same thing on PC. Like I think the only teams I ever dropped to was literally three dudes with Revoker Hardlight, and they would just 3-peek the entire game. Like they would just wait until they got the pick, or wait until you got really impatient, where you were just like, all right, I'm just gonna push them. I don't care. This is so boring. Pushing. And then they just spray you down with the Hardlight. You know what I mean?
Only played one team that did that today, and the rounds went to point. Like almost every round it went to point, because they would just sit there and 3-peek, and we would be up top on courtyard and they'd be down low in courtyard behind the walls, and none of us wanted to peek because, like, why would I peek?
Like, and I know like, if I try to push that, if I try to rotate close, like on half wall or whatever, I'm just gonna die. Plus, there's 2 bastions, so anything in cover, they're just gonna blow us up.
I love bastions so much.
I think what we could have done is keep rotating around, but then it would have just been the same game. They would have just sat in church and then rotate this way and 3-peek there and then 3-peek here. So,
I mean, but 3-peeking, was it like people did it in D1, but I don't know what it is about it in D2 that makes it.
I feel like people play more passive in D2 in general.
I mean, I just think it's because like the game's just a little bit more lethal. I mean, the margin of error is so much smaller. There's so many different ways people can kill you than they could have been D1, from what I remember at least.
That's fair.
I think so.
Here's a thought too. Like, they keep adding more weapons, right? And then they're bringing like old weapons forward, old exotics forward, and then adding new exotics. Like, the longer the game's around, the more different types of guns and weapons and stuff there is to deal with. We never had anything like Bastion that we had to deal with before. We didn't have fusions that literally mapped across like up until recently literally worked in like primary ranges.
Even like exotic armor pieces, like we didn't have like the fact you can have a barricade that you can shoot through. Yeah. A sliding shield that gives you immunity, which I don't know if you knew, babe, but it's an orb. Like, it's not just in front of them. Yeah. It shows in front of them, and that's the only part that reflects.
For Antius?
Yeah, if they're sliding away from you, they still get hit by the.
There's some weird stuff that happens with Antius. We played a Titan last week on Anomaly. Like, it seemed like they were cheating. And I know it was Antius Lord, but like, you just couldn't kill them because they just were sliding around constantly. And like,
I'm crazy they wouldn't allow a weapon to counter it though. At least one weapon to be able to counter it.
Yeah, like one weapon type.
Like, I mean, I thought Bastion would be able to. Like, it would make sense since Bastion can, do damage.
Oh. Yeah.
Bastion can do damage through, like, in PvE, through, like, boss shields and stuff like that, or the elemental shields. Like, why? It would totally make sense for it to work as an Antaeus Ward's counter, but it doesn't. I mean, I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. I remember Fallout does a video of, like, what you can reflect, but it's a lot of things that stop you from, like, you stop taking damage from. There's not many times. I'm trying to think of what it was. Yeah, you can reflect a Nova Bomb if it doesn't like hit the ground in front of you.
Warcliffe Coil reflected.
Yeah.
That's
like,
crazy.
You can do some crazy plays with it.
Yeah. It's wild.
Warlocks don't have anything like that.
I mean, thankfully it wasn't so much of a big of an issue on this map, but
no. I don't really think that hard light is as annoying on this map either in general.
No, but it does make certain things like it's okay, sure, something else would work in this situation if you had a nade, but you don't have nades that often.
Yeah.
But that cubby by sign, I don't know how many times we've killed people in there just by bouncing it off the wall. They've taken cover and they're weak, and I just bounce it off the wall and kill them. That shouldn't be a thing. Come on. I understand explosive shots, right? But those do like 9 damage every time.
Very little. Like, you'd have to shoot a lot of it.
Yeah.
Very, very little. Hard light. No,
like
he does 32 damage per bullet. It's crazy.
Suros is really good too. I don't know.
Suros is crazy. I've played around with it a little bit. You do you have to use that spinning up a little bit.
I can't use. I don't know. I'm struggling to use hardlight and Suros and auto rifles in general. I'm just not. It's just not. Right? It's not fun. I don't enjoy it. It's not my type of play. In general, I've always been pulse rifle hand cannon person.
Like even today, for the majority, I would say I was using hardlight revoker, and what I was enjoying was not really using hardlight. It was effective, but I didn't enjoy it. What was fun was sniping.
Yeah.
And I have fun sniping.
Well, and even if you get a body and you swap to hardlight, you can clean them up pretty quickly. Yeah. And if you're close enough, it's very difficult for them to do anything about it because they're getting like really literally blasted in the face, like.
The flinch is crazy. You got
the flinch is crazy, yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, but a lot of people too have been running Mountaintop hard-light. It's like the new Mountaintop.
We haven't really had a lot of issues with Mountaintop. We did play some Mountaintops in Anomaly last week as well, but I don't really notice them being problems. I think I've just learned to play against Mountaintop. Like, don't be on the ground.
We played with one guy using Mountaintop though, and he made some really cool plays, but not gonna lie. There's one where they were head glitching in cave, and he just slid. I called where he was because he was on my orb, and he slid through cave and shot it over the head glitch. And just direct hit, just think, done. But
I mean, you can make some cool plays. It's like fusions. I mean, it's annoying to get killed against, but you can make some cool plays with it yourself.
Yeah, for
if you
sure.
decide to use it.
The other thing with Mountaintop though was like sticky nades.
Yeah,
are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I like threw it on a few times in comp just for shit.
Well, you can like throw them like in a doorway as like a trap.
Yeah.
People don't realize they're there. Come around the corner, boom.
Or even if you throw it, like if you're shooting at someone and you like slightly miss, but they take 2 steps to the left, you're still dead.
Mm-hmm.
You take a lot of damage from the sticky impact. I mean, it's a lot. Again, especially too. I mean, a lot of people are running Mountaintop sticky nades with hard light in trials the past 3 weeks.
I believe
and
that because like really with trials, you're really fishing for the first pick. After that, like you can use your numbers, and it doesn't matter what weapons you have, but it's trying to get that sneaky first pick.
So here's a question: what do you think has been the most competitive Destiny meta in Destiny 2?
In Destiny 2, I'd probably say the Not Forgotten.
Yeah.
Meta.
I actually really enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed it.
I think it lasted a little too long.
Yeah, it lasted maybe a little bit too long. But those first 2 seasons, like Forsaken, Black Armory, Drifter, like beginning part of Drifter, that was like the most fun I think I've had in PvP. Because once you got that gun, it was really rewarding to get Not Forgotten for the first time, especially when it was a 180. Because I mean, I got it when I was on console still. Like I played Forsaken still on Xbox. And I remember I got that like the first 2 weeks Forsaken came out, so I was like one of the first people on Xbox to have it. I remember I was like in Discord with my friends. I'm like, oh my god, like you're killing me from so far away and so fast, and I was just like the most like broken gun, but at the same time too, if you didn't hit your headshots, it was really bad.
Yeah, for sure.
And like you could do some cool things with it.
The whole quest was literally teaching you how to use a hand cannon.
Yeah,
like it was a long ass quest.
There's a lot of hand cannon usage.
Get your hand cannon kills, get your headshots, get this, get that. Like the whole. I mean, apart from the solar kills, but
the solar kills. I mean, I use trust, and I know a lot of other people use trust. So like, because I mean, then you're still using hand cannon. You just keep using it. So, and it was the same RPM as a Luna's or Not Forgotten.
I kind of got screwed with using trust though, because I had an explosive payload one. So I didn't get the headshot part of the quest done. I was like, why am I not getting? That was a headshot, but it didn't count.
That's what happened to me with
using Ace.
With Hush, actually. I'm not done Hush yet because I used what was it? Wish Ender. When Wish Ender was bugged, I used it in Gambit to get all my kills, but it wasn't counting as headshot kills, and now I just
every now and then it would, but you'd have to kill like a thrall or something.
Yeah, I need like 50 more or something. It's not a lot. I just hate Gambit, and I
like Warmind too. Thinking about it a little bit more, I liked Warmind meta too.
I don't think we really
we didn't really play it.
We really played until Forsaken. Not a lot of PvP.
I don't remember what was in
Warmind was just before.
It was like right before. It was like Graviton Lance and Vigilance Wing.
Yeah.
It was like you'd use Antiope Graviton Lance, or
use
Vigilance Wing Hero's Burden, or like one of the it was like the SMG pulse rifle kind of like
kind of fun. Well, I mean,
that's different. That's so different from
everything was better than double primaries.
I mean, I know, I totally agree.
Mana Uriels, that was crazy.
It was so bad. Okay. For a second, let's just look back at Trials of the Nine for a second here.
Oh god.
And compare that to like where we are now. Like, did you enjoy it at all, Zen? Like when you first started playing?
The first 2 weeks, I really liked it. I remember I got PlayStation for it, so I was playing PlayStation on D2 launch, even though D1 I played Xbox, just because like I didn't want to get screwed with the exclusives. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get PlayStation. But I remember my first Trials of the Nine run, I ran Mida and Allegro, the blue hand cannon, with Stormcaller. And I was having a fun time because nobody knew like what was good like that first weekend and stuff like that. But once like everything kind of settled down, and plus two, I got like my first like real like full-time like salary job, like doing video stuff. I just kind of fell out, and I was like so focused on my job that I was like, you know what, like I'm just, I got my flawlesses, but it kind of just like slowly like tapered off. I like just kind of lost interest because like I don't know, Countdown was just pissed me off. Like there'd be some weeks where I would just not play Countdown. It was Countdown. I was like, I'm not playing this weekend.
I would. Like, I was about to ask you how you felt about Countdown because Countdown, I hate that game mode. I just am not a fan.
I get that.
It's better in 3v3. Oh, is it? Is it 3v3 at all? No, it's still 4v4.
No, it's still 4v4 in the rotator playlist.
I like Survival as 3v3 better than 4v4.
Well, Survival when it first came out, there was 8 lives on each side instead of 6.
Yes, that as well.
Like it was completely different. I think a lot of people complained about Survival too, even back then. So they made that change, like I think, pretty quickly. But I mean, Destiny 2 year 1 was a rough time.
Yes.
I've literally played through every season of Destiny 2.
I mean, we played for a bit at the beginning, and then we came back for Osiris. We did the campaign, and then played a little bit, and then disappeared for a bit, and then we came back for Warmind, and we did a little bit, and then we left, and then we've been here since Forsaken. Once they changed back to special weapons and kind of like redid everything, like we were like, all right, we're back, like we're gonna be playing a lot of Destiny. But I think we had 9 flawlesses in Trials of the Nine in total, and we already have more of that in Trials of Osiris.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I love that you can open the chest as many times as you want.
Hell yeah.
That was so good.
It's great.
Going back to Trials of Osiris now, the one thing I really want them to change is to somehow not gate rewards behind 3 wins.
Yes.
Because it stops so many people from playing when they get discouraged, and then the population goes down, and then it gets even harder for the people who are less skilled because there's less of them. And then it's that whole skill creep thing, and then all of a sudden it's just people doing Trials Help or 3 stacks.
Or recos.
Or
recos, yeah.
I mean, you're already kind of seeing it right now.
Yes.
I mean, compared to Burning Shrine.
It's only been 3 weeks.
But the player base is
crazy.
I think, smaller than even the lowest times in D1 trials.
Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah. But and also too, the game was only on 2. D1 was only on 2 platforms.
I say this all the time. I truly wonder what D2 would be at right now if it wasn't on PC at all. Mm-hmm. If it was still just a console game. If it would be healthier overall for populations.
Yeah.
Because it feels like even on PC, like people are saying they play the same people all the time.
On
Xbox, we play the same people all the time. Like, I don't know what's like on PS4. I honestly don't even.
I heard PS4 is a little bit better. PS4. I mean, PS4 has a pretty
more people.
Pretty good player base.
Yeah, I mean, I think PC has the biggest player base now, but I mean, I don't think that player base is pretty active. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
a lot. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's like a lot of fresh. I mean, the biggest thing about PC that really sucks right now is the amount of like cheaters.
Yes.
And like it's crazy. Huge. I'm not even kidding. Like you just run into cheaters all the time. But now the cheaters have gotten to the point where they're getting smarter, and they're like, there's actually like these aimbotters that and they have like wall hacks and stuff like that, but they disguise themselves as controller players, because actually snipers are a really big problem on PC because the way aim assist works in Destiny is your hitbox is bigger the more frames you have. So like,
yes,
you know, if you're playing on like 60 FPS on PC, you're not going to be hitting as many shots as if you had 240 frames that some people do on a controller. It's just like the more frames you have, the bigger your hitbox is, or whatever.
That's so crazy. That makes sense.
So and then a lot of these aimbotters, they're not doing like the teleport crazy shit like when Shadowkeep first came out. They're just like literally like missing, like throwing rounds, like to make sure like, oh, like people are not going to catch on to them. And then like once they start losing or it's a really close game, it's literally just headshot. Like
that's crazy.
I don't know. Like, so we're at the point now on the PC platform where like we don't know who's good at sniping. It's like the only people we know that are really good at sniping are the actual people that are streaming it. You know what I mean?
Because
you see it. You know what I mean? But there's so many people that are just, dude, it's insane. Like some of the snipes you see, it's just like you just can't believe it. Like there's just no way people were doing that in D1 or even on console in D2.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if sniping is like crazy on console now. maybe with Revoker, right?
Yeah.
But like,
it's the only thing that changes with the Revoker is that you can take shots, because if you miss, it's fine, you get your ammo back.
Yeah.
So you start taking crazy shots. Today, I don't know how many jumping bodies I got for no reason. I'm just in the air because I know I can, and I know they're not looking for me there. And then I'll hit a body, and then we can push it. But then you put on Beloved, and then all of a sudden your aim assist is doubled, and you're like, barely need to move your stick, and it's like zoop, headshot.
Oh yeah, I hit a stupid amount of
absolutely crazy. But
and then you put moving target and a target adjuster on it, and it like literally just does it for you.
I mean, I honestly like sniping's actually getting really bad on PC though. Like, I mean, I think a majority of the players are sniping now.
Yeah,
that's like literally that's where the meta has shifted, and it's kind of
like that's what I've seen. 100%.
Taken King was. Do you remember like the 1,000-yard stare like meta where everyone was just sniping?
Yeah,
it's like kind of like that, but it's a little bit more oppressive because you couldn't put an Icarus script mod or the targeting adjuster mod. Like you'd have to hope you got hidden hand rolled on your sniper. You know what I mean? But now with like this in-air accuracy, and especially on PC, like kids can hit in-air shots whenever they want to. It's like they're that good. So it just like it literally just, I don't know. So it's like it's a weird spot. I'm hoping for a sniper nerf eventually, because I mean they've nerfed fusions, which they should have been nerfed. I don't disagree with that. They nerfed shotguns, which you know, shotguns have gotten a bunch of nerfs since Forsaken. You know what I mean? But snipers have literally been untouched. I mean, they nerfed it in PvE, and they nerfed like that you can't with adaptives one-shot headshot. Yeah. But I mean, that's not really the issue. Like, if a sniper's gonna headshot me, like, great. Like,
I think
you deserve that.
Yeah, 100%.
I think the aim assist is the issue with snipers. I think they just have too high aim assist.
Yeah. But then if you you do have a little bit of aim assist on PC, like with mouse and keyboard.
Even on mouse and keyboard,
you have a little bit. But like seeing some of the clips that I've seen on Twitter lately of snipers even in the past month,
it's crazy,
insane. And the fact that it's a regularly used tactic now to just jump shot just because you can, and to shoot when you're in the middle of the air with stompies is wild.
It's insane.
It's wild.
I mean, it takes a lot of the fun of going up against that. Like, I don't know.
100%.
Like
I mean,
it looks cool. You can do it in D1. I mean, you'd have to be so lucky to get a jumping headshot snipe. Like, that was a play. Like, you know what I mean? It was like so rare, and when it did happen, like you'd be going crazy. But it happens every game now. Yeah. Like, I don't know, like on PC at least, it happens every game.
Yes.
And it's not the best play. It's not the best players doing it. It's like, you know, like the mid-tier players, they can do that too. Like, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like PvP now, so many people have been playing. Destiny's been out for like half a decade. So many people that have stuck with the PvP are just at a point where they're really good at it, you know? And it's just all these new casuals that have come in and stuff like that. It just, I mean, it's going to take them a long time to even get anywhere near to be able to compete. You know what I mean? And I think that's a huge problem too with trials. It's like the PvP people have been dying for it to come back. And then finally, once it comes back, and even the people that used to play D1 that came back, they're getting destroyed because they haven't been playing. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, people are just looking back at D1 with rose-tinted glasses. There was a lot of problems with D1. I don't know. There's just, I'm having fun still, but I'm
having fun too. We're having fun. I feel like most of the people that we're playing with are having fun. That we had a lot of people come by the stream today and say that they were excited that Trials was back purely because they wanted to watch it. Yeah. They enjoy watching it versus even just playing. It's like, now I get to watch some I guess kind of competitive Destiny, right? Like something that's exciting, that's where there's something on the line. And that's really what I feel like Destiny was missing on the PvP side. So I think overall it's good it's come back. I think they just need to find a way to make more players want to play it and have it be fun for them, because
it's not like the amount of people that we've seen either come through stream or on Twitter and said that
they can't even get to 3 wins.
On the weekend.
So they can't hand their tokens in.
That shouldn't happen.
And then,
but I mean, people did reset their cards though in D1, and farmed. They wouldn't farm tokens; they would farm KD. Like a lot of kids did that.
Yes.
A lot of kids did that. So like, but it's not like a.
In Destiny 1, it was connection based, and it was card based, and then it was just random connection based. What order did that go in?
The final order was this, so it was card based.
The final order was card based. Okay.
For the longest time, it was random.
It was just random, right?
Which was kind of fun sometimes because you didn't know what you're gonna get.
In year one, right? House of Wolves.
Yeah,
right.
You
it was
completely connection, no other bias.
You could get Lighthouse game and be playing someone from game one.
Yes, that was crazy.
But it gave the casual players like hope, like, you know what I mean? They were like, you know what, like maybe I'll get lucky.
RNG based,
yeah,
right?
maybe get lucky, you know?
You could roll the dice and you could get like 7 game ones in a row.
And we haven't had a ton of lag in trials, but we've had some and disconnects and stuff, and that should happen less when it's purely connection based because you're not worried about.
So has Xbox been pretty stable for you guys?
It's been up until today. Today we had
only 2. Oh, we had a really weird one though. We had one where like our teammate got disconnected or whatever. But this one, round ended. We were spawning in. My screen went black. I was like, okay. And then I got babooned. And then I spawned back in, and Babe got aired out. Her screen went black.
Okay.
She got babooned. Me and our teammate were spawned in, but she was like, it looked like she was disconnected. Then she came back and was a ghost.
She's like invisible. Could you move? You weren't able to move? Like, I've had it where I've had that, but I came back and I was just by myself in the map. Like the kill feed was going like a regular game and stuff.
You couldn't see anybody.
And I was just moving. I was just moving around. And then one time a round went to the cap point, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna debate this team and get the cap point, and it didn't even count. Like they were just on
the. You're just in a different plane of existence.
That's crazy. I've heard of that happening.
I saw a clip of that on Twitter where he was on Convergence and it was 6s. So everyone was killing everyone. Kill feed was going nuts, but he could see people, but they couldn't see him, and he couldn't do damage. So he's walking by these people fighting, like, hello, like punching them a few times. Hello.
Well, there was that glitch a while back, the Crucible glitch, where you'd go invisible.
People would go invisible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was rough.
That was weird too.
I remember that.
Something with bounties.
A lot of glitches on PC right now, unfortunately, too. Not just the hackers and stuff. I was getting beavered like at least 20 times.
I saw that a lot
this past week. It's really bad because they switched to how the Steam thing, like they hid people's IPs.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever. So like people can't get like DDoS and stuff.
Okay.
But it's funny, but now the actual game's DDoSing you essentially.
You can't stop the DDoS.
I mean, it was so rare to get DDoS in the first place, you know what I mean? And then the solution is actually causing even more problems than
That's hilarious.
I don't think we've actually been DOSed in D2 ever.
No.
At all, huh?
No,
we did in D1 a few times, but not often. I don't know.
Well, like the first when we weren't like that great at D2, people were playing comp and going for legend, and they're like, yeah, past 5k it's just all DOSers.
Yeah.
So we were like, we don't really want to get DOS on stream because then our stream goes down.
Yeah.
So we would be very hesitant to play comp on stream. If we did play comp, it was going to be off stream.
Yeah, that's what we did at first.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. Then comp just got easy.
Yeah.
For real though, like they just changed the way it worked. But okay, how do you feel about that? Like comp being, I guess, like skill based. I don't care what anybody says. The survival playlist right now is
still really hard for me, at least in my MMR.
Yeah.
Like I'm playing, like if I'm queuing up and like any of the known guys, you know, like Frostbull, MTash, you know, all those sweaty dudes. I will, if I queue up at the same time they're queuing up, I'm in their game. So it's like, and like anytime, like I'm playing all the top known kids every time I play comp. Like, so like during like the most popular hours when people are playing. So it's still tough. It's still like really tough for me. So like I can get that, but like I'm really happy that there are people now that can put in the time and effort. You know what I mean? To finally be able to get those rewards. Because as much fun as it was to have Not Forgotten when it was busted, like, you know what I mean? I'm sure it was not fun to be on the receiving end of that and not having a way to be able to even counter it. You know what I mean? And even if you had Lunas Howl, you'd still get shit on by it because you had way more range. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like it was way better. Like the hit registration, you'd always get headshots with Not Forgotten. Like once you got used to it, because you had to use your hand cannon like the entire time to get it. You know what I mean? So like it was cool, but the novelty wore off, and like I started doing a lot of comp carries with Mikowski and some other streamers over on Twitch. And it was just so nice to finally get people there, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know if you guys ever started like running with somebody that was at like 1,500 points, and then like it was just you guys were on a roll and you got all the way up to like 5,500 in one night, you know what I mean? And then to have that person finally be able to, you know, get that gun even in its nerf state or whatever, it's just a really nice feeling. Like
it is, yeah.
Like I think grinding comp to legend even now is an accomplishment people should be proud of.
Absolutely.
And, like if anyone's gonna give you shit about it, like, and they're just being assholes and they're just mad. Like,
well, there was a time where we didn't even offer help past 2,100 because it was like I don't really know if we can get you there. Like I don't think we can get you to 55.
But we did really good that season, helping people get to 2,100.
Oh yeah,
because it wasn't as easy then as it is now. Because you didn't have that points thing where it like kind of fast tracked you. And it was, I think it was just rating based.
Yeah, it was just rating based.
No, it was just based off your number. That was it. It was only glory based.
Yeah.
When comp first came out, it was skill based.
Yeah.
Like during Warmind, because I grinded the shit out of that. I didn't get to Legend because that was so hard. Holy shit, just getting the Fabled was like a mission. I remember I got Regic's Claymore. I was like, this is the shit. And then Bungie came out with like in the TWAB, they were like, only 7,000 people got Claymore. And then like at the end of the season, I'm like, fuck yeah. And they're like, we're going to give you this cool emblem. And it was like really cool.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of people that got it that probably had a lot easier games than I did. You know what I mean? And it was like whatever. Like, but I don't know. Comp has been really interesting. I think it still has a place in the game, even though Trials has come out. I still play it here and there, but I think it's just a good place where people can go to improve, to get introduced into a competitive. Because like survival, you have multiple lives, like you can respawn and stuff like that. But also too, like once you get closer to the end of the rounds, it kind of turns into elimination. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like people start losing lives, and then you get into that practice. So I think it still has a lot of value for people that are trying to, and there's a solo queue in there. And Trials doesn't have solo queue, so people can go in. And I met, like on my way to Legend, I met a lot of people just solo queuing and the team comp before they had the solo playlist.
Absolutely.
Like a lot of the best people like that are my friends now that I play with every day were people I just randomly queued in with that we gelled. You know what I mean? And I think not a lot of people realize that that's usually how the way you're gonna find people that are that you can gel with and they're dedicated to getting better at PvP with. It's not going on an LFG site.
No.
Because I mean, I remember in D1, I used to always just LFG, and it was just so toxic.
It is. It is toxic.
And you kind of screw yourself over because like you get such a bad idea of like sometimes you'll meet the nice people, but like it can also sour your like thinking of like the actual player base and how toxic people can be. Because people are only there for the reward. People are only there for the reward, and they want to play with the people that are going to get there the fastest. Yeah. And like they have no tolerance for anyone that's going to slow them down at achieving that goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like a very welcoming format to learn.
I remember like in D1, LFG was good and positive for a couple months, maybe at most, when no one knew what they were doing, right? No one knew what they were doing, so it wasn't like LFG for VOG and must know how to do this, must have this, must
well, I mean, now you go to LFG. If you go to LFG now, literally one day after the raid comes out,
people expect you to know what to do.
It's like, dude, most of the population hasn't even stepped into the raid yet. Like, how do you expect them to know all of the encounters?
It's crazy.
I don't know.
But no, I mean, that's what we tell people if they're like, we don't have a team, whatever. Other than like networking with the people in our community, is message the people you play well with.
Yeah.
Like
or even people on the other team that kicked your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the people were people I played against, and I was like, God damn, that guy's really good. I should message him. and then now we're like good friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take a chance.
It's just funny, like how like those relationships can build, because you never know, you might find a friend for life. You know, somebody that you share a lot of common interests with, and I don't know. It's just like that's the cool part about Destiny. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these people are just random people I met.
Yep.
I never knew that they were going to be my friends. You know what I mean? So it's like I think people just need to be, you know, not so scared of. And I get some people, you know, they have a little bit of like a social, like, you know, they're antisocial and they're scared about, you know, talking to random people. But I mean, you could learn a lot about yourself too, and you know, become a better person just outside of gaming.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. I think that's why Destiny has always held like a special place in our heart. Is what is the relationships that we've made through playing Destiny are second to none.
Yep, 100%.
It's crazy cool.
And it's, I mean, like the game itself is something that just brings so many people together, right? From all over the world, all sorts of different backgrounds. Like none of that matters. Just like you just shoot the shit and get some bomb loot, and like for the most part, people are always excited about other people achieving things. Like I know there is a toxic side of Destiny, but there's also a very positive side of Destiny. I feel like the toxic side is just a little bit more like vocal about things.
It's louder and it sticks out in your mind, right? Like if you have 4 good messages and one like really shitty one, like, you're gonna remember that one. Yeah, you're gonna focus
but
on
like
it.
Today, I mean, we have like people that are literally just sitting there like lurking, watching us run other people. And then we get to Lighthouse and like the chat just blows up with like GGs. Like people are excited for each other. And that's awesome. I'm glad that people aren't like salty about it, because like we don't have a place for that, right? Like I'm glad people can be happy for other people and excited.
And if there's one thing like I want people to know, if you're anxious about reaching out to people or whatever, remember that you also have the luxury of just being able to block them.
Yeah.
You know, like if you message someone and they respond shittily back, you can just block them. It's easy enough.
I mean, it was crazy. That last game I was watching with you guys is literally like when Babe was saying like, you know, trials, like people are excited to watch it again. I was like, that was just cool. I mean, like
it's neat,
like I used to watch her stream too, like a lot when she was playing Destiny, and it's just funny that like she was able to clutch it out for you guys, like right there.
That's what I'm saying.
So
like
good.
Her first Lighthouse, and that's exciting. She was like, I never won D1. Like this is my first Lighthouse ever. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to fuck this up in my head. Don't
you guys didn't have your mercy too, like
no mercy.
But like I feel it. Like there's like so much more pressure than even in comp. Because in comp, like it's a longer grind. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like one loss isn't gonna set you back too bad. Like. But you know, you lose that mercy, like it's like fuck, I gotta win 6 more games again.
Because we push push. Okay, we're doing that tomorrow.
First game. I'm down to go. I'm honestly down to push 100%. That corner every single round for one game.
Okay,
but it has to be game 1.
Yeah.
And if we lose it, we just reset, and it doesn't count as a reset.
Okay.
I'm down. I think we can do it against a game 1 team.
That'd be funny. So like straight up, that first push. Because it was going through my head, because she's like, oh no, like she was getting nervous or whatever. I'm like, it's fine. They're like, first game, it's game 1, don't worry about it, like just business as usual. And I'm pushing up like to go peak sniper lane, and I'm like, I know when I get under pressure sometimes, if I get nervous, like all my snipes are everywhere, I'm missing everything, like it's not good. And I'm like, okay, it's fine, it's just another round, just another game. And then I hit a snipe or something, and I was like, okay, we're in it. Like this, it's fine. We got this.
The best play I think that was made during that card was, I'm gonna pop my super. No, I'm not. Yeah. she hesitated. Pete was knocked. And I was
up, but it allowed me to get your res.
Okay, I was knocked, something like that.
One of us
but anyways, one of us was knocked, and she like kind of hesitated and decided to go for it, and ended up killing both of them.
And then Rainbow in chat was like, I helped. I was like, did you tell her to use your super? She's like, yeah.
But like you could feel the hesitation. But that's something else that's really cool. Is like even yesterday, we were playing a game with Professor Chaz, and like about halfway through the game, he was like, yo, like these are like my homies, like I know these guys. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, like We're doing well. Keep it up. And
but then in my head, I was like, "Oh, we can't lose now."
We got to 4-4, and in the last round, it pretty much went to point. And Pete and I went down, and it was a 1v1. Against it a 1v1?
No. It was a 1v3, and I was up, and I ran back through church. I got a snipe or something. I got I rotated well, isolated one, got a snipe, used that delay to pick up Chaz, and then I traded, and it was a 1v1 with him and someone else.
So, but he clutched it up and won the game against his friends, and I'm like, this is so exciting. Like everybody in chat was like, my heart was pounding, I had a heart attack. Because
it was like a solid minute of stress because I was 1v3 and then I had to do that, and then it went down and he was on 1v1 for like 40 seconds. I kid you not. They're shooting back and forth. He's sliding into cover, dropping a rift, moving somewhere else, getting tagged, going back into cover. Like they do.
But it's just these exciting moments, and even just providing people a way to get to do that. Like we've had so many people that we've played with who have just clutched it up themselves.
Yeah.
And just I don't know. They most of the time they start out not having the confidence to do that, but by the end it's there.
That's what I was
because you've
say.
won these games and you start to get more comfortable. We've had people who literally are silent at the beginning of the card, and by the end they're chatting with us.
Yeah.
And that's cool to see. Just how attitudes can change from the right environment.
And that's what I was going to say is one of the coolest things. And we saw this in comp as well, but it's cool to see this little card in trials, which is at most 8 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be able to see someone improve in that small amount of time is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
And obviously you see it over a longer period of time when you're running comp because you play so many more games, but watching other people improve alongside us is, I don't know, it's a cool feeling.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Yeah, that's why I like doing trials help and just comp help in general. It's just it's fun because the first time I had to get to the lighthouse in D1, I needed help.
Yep. I'm trying to think.
Crazy.
You need teammates, experience? Right? And that a lot of people, even just the lack of teammates was their fear for stepping into comp. And we're like, here, we'll give you a team. We got us. Play with us. And we're not many people are good enough to just carry. They have to do something.
Yeah, they have to do something. Yeah.
That person on your team is still your teammate. They still need to help in some capacity, even if it's just not dying. Is a huge help, but
or even calling out
team shot here,
calling out
hey,
what's going on, here, picking up a res, anything like that, using a super and getting a kill, they got to do something. Except for that time where you goosed.
We don't talk about that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think that was last weekend. Yeah, it was last weekend.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad.
You were tired. I remember I came into one of those streams. You were just so tired.
Oh yeah, exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. Though. That's one thing. Don't play too much when you're tired because you'll regret it. I remember I was doing. My buddy was like, "Hey, can you please help me out?" But it was 2 a.m. in the morning. It was an anomaly week, and I was like, "All right, you know what? Sure," because I was still feeling good or whatever. And then I was just so tired. I played so bad, and I just regret it.
And then you get
tired. Don't play trials. Yeah.
Oh man.
And then you think you're bad. You know what I mean? So you play worse and worse and worse, and it's just
that happens to me a lot.
That's one thing I've kind of tried to learn.
We played comp and that happened. I think we were both tired.
Oh yeah.
And we just lost 1,000 points.
Yeah. We did. We would definitely have done that. I think too. Looking at this weekend, I feel we were able to stay fairly positive considering things were going pretty rough for a lot of the time, hours and hours and hours of like getting a flawless card. But
or even like going 2 and then blowing your card, like I felt like ass.
Yeah,
I felt terrible.
But knowing that like literally every comment I've seen on Twitter and like good players that we know have been like, this map is just not working.
Yeah,
like we've had like good players come in and say like, no, we're just not doing carries this weekend. Like we're just gonna run recovs, or we're just gonna not play. Like the fact that I've heard that over and over and over again like makes me feel better about the way that we've played, because it's not just us. Like,
no, a lot of the even the top players are not doing too hot.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about, because everybody's playing on the map. It's not like you know what I mean. Like
it's just the way Widows works. I think though is like there's so many different angles. It's such an open map that there's always a spot where you're gonna have your blinds up and you're not gonna expect a certain angle hitting you. You know what I mean?
There's some,
and also
some weird
too,
snipe spots too.
Just the way it is too with like Revoker and Beloved with how high the aim assist is. Like a really great player and a really bad player. I mean, the skill difference I don't think is gonna be too big. Like when you're far back, like one guy's at one spawn, you're at the other spawn, so you guys are already just hard scoping each other. You know what I mean? The amount you have to flick towards each other is not really, especially if you're hard scoping and you're already at head level. The skill between who's going to get that first pick, I mean, it's going to come down to the connection, who has server, the host. You know what I mean? If that person's using controller, the other person isn't. Like, there's so many different like RNG variables, where opposed to like a map like, I mean, even Anomaly too with shotgunning. I mean, there's a lot of RNG too. You get what I'm saying? Like those extremes, like that I was talking about in y'all's chat. Like it, it nullifies like how good someone can actually be, as opposed to like a more mid-range map, where it's a lot more primary fights and stuff like that. So it's like
it really feels like Widows favors that top spawn as well versus like the low spawn by Church.
Well, I never went there. I don't know why people always push that low spawn going up to the stairs. I always think it's a death sentence. I literally always go, the little new Cabal like B section. That's where I've been living. I've just been going through the broken sniper perch, and I literally just chill in those boxes, head to trucks, try to slide towards trucks so I can maybe dodge a sniper shot, and then once you get to like that the staircase and then also the slope, you know what I'm talking about with the head glitch, you can get there, you can put in some work on the sniper teams, but I never go there. I never go to that because it's just it's a 50-50.
It is a 50-50. It is a 50-50, and there was one game where like 2 or 3 rounds I got picked by like the same person, and like most of the time I'm totally fine pushing through there. But I can get bopped by somebody, and then all of a sudden like I'm floofing in the air because I'm a warlock, and they knocked me off their head, or something stupid happened. That happens sometimes.
And that's where I was finding like, sure, against not as good snipers, I could take the 50-50s and probably win. But against most people, what I was having the most success with is just picking spots that people are not expecting, and they're not as usual. Are they a little risky? Yes, but I'm a hunter, so I crush on dodge. And I'm bottom tree arc strider, so I take less damage. So like I was getting a lot of good picks from one spot. I saw one person all day today and yesterday, saw one person there, and it's like the arch by graveyard by the tank, and standing on top of it. Like you can jump on top of it, look down, you make sure you land on it, and just look at arch. And everyone who's below arch is going to be looking like right on the head glitch, or like by the tank, because people sit up back there. Like they're not expecting you in full view, just standing there. And then I take my shot, dodge off, or on the wall, jumping up on the wall in the corner. I take my shot and then jump off.
Kind of, I look for people there because I know people do that, but if they're quick enough, they'll get me when I'm not paying attention.
And what I noticed even like countering that is I didn't see a lot of people do it, but I didn't want to look there because if I was watching that spot, I'm getting shot from somewhere else 100% because it's such a weird spot to watch. There could be absolutely no one ever jump there, and then you're looking at something and not helping your team, not doing anything. So most people aren't looking there, but I don't know, it's
I just want skirmish to come back.
And salvage.
I miss that.
I miss skirmish a lot, like just like a 3v3 res mode where you can kind of control the map and like I don't know, rotate, kind of like Clash, like something that has flow.
Survival is like that. Survival is
kind of like that,
like
but
a minute.
But like skirmish was really fun because it had the revive element to it, where you could get points back or whatever away from the enemy if you got the revive. So like, I don't know, it's just but it wasn't round based. You know what I mean?
It was continual action, constant flow.
Even with salvage too. Like, I mean, people didn't play the objective in salvage; they just played it like skirmish.
Till they made you.
Until they made you. But then we've realized, what was it? If you cap the point with 3 people,
You got more points.
Well, you got enough points on the cap that even if they dismantled it, you
still you couldn't
points.
win. You couldn't win no matter how.
It didn't matter.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was kind of a game changer.
But they kind of brought skirmish back, but it's not. It's still they made it back like a round based, like showdown. It's like
showdown,
but it's round based.
Yeah. I actually, if Trials wasn't going to be elimination, I kind of wanted it to be showdown, but like with less lives. I actually really like that game mode because you get points back for getting your reses.
You get 8 points, so it's kills, straight kills. There's no points, so there's no differential whether you're like behind or whatever. Like in Clash, that's kind of weird because if you kill, or Rumble, if you kill someone higher up, you get more points. And like super kills are worth more, stuff like that.
Weird,
but it's like first to 10 kills, but then if you revive someone, it nullifies that kill.
Yeah,
you get the point back. It's fun. I do like the skirmish.
I wish it was 3v3.
There's too many playlists right now, though.
Oh yeah.
They gotta get rid of that, and they need to stop making classic mix like so small.
Yeah.
Like,
what?
It's really annoying because like the kids. Because the people, like majority of people playing the game, they don't know what's connection based, what's thing. They're just gonna pick the biggest icon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just
Control.
Control right in the middle of your screen.
There should be.
But all the kids go in the classic mix.
Yes.
Supremacy.
Yeah. I love Supremacy.
Fun as hell.
There should be one rotating playlist, not two.
There should. I agree.
Just one.
There should be one.
And then classic makes
Elim should only be during the week, right? Elim should only be
during the week, and then it should turn into trials. Because
things are too. I don't know. Maybe they just thought like with Shadowkeep coming out, the player base was going to be a lot bigger. You know what I mean?
Well, they also
talked about this because they overcorrected, because they always do. I think Bungie is really good at that. They're really good at swinging the pendulum way too far. But there was a lot of playlists in Destiny 1, and then people were like, there's too many playlists. We need to like make sure we have lots of players in each playlist so we have good connections, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so we ended up with quick play and comp.
Like 2 playlists. Okay, well, this is a problem. All of a sudden, now we have like 5. Like, can we just...
There's more than... There's
6,
1,
5, 6, 7, I don't know.
3, 4, 5.
6.
And then also freelance, so 6.
So 7?
Something like that. I don't know. There's too many.
There's too many.
I don't know. I have hope eventually that, in the next few months, maybe, we'll start seeing more of the PvP changes in the next few seasons. I think it's just the start.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, I mean, they said that this season is PvP focused. They've mentioned that it's going to be, and I'm pretty sure they mentioned they want to roll changes out more often. And especially if you see what we've gotten for PvE, it's not really a whole lot compared to what PvE has come in the past seasons.
Well, then the bunker grind is literally just it's the same thing as last season with a different thing slapped on it. Pretty much.
Basically what I'm saying is like they better be paying more attention to changing things that people aren't enjoying, especially with Trials when it's supposed to have come back perfect. No problem.
I mean, I think it's close.
It's very close.
I think it's close.
I mean, it's close.
I think it's mostly the meta.
They need to get rid of you have to get 3 wins to be able to hand in tokens.
Yes.
I think that's bullshit. And the fact that tokens go away, like I get why they do it, but I don't know if you guys saw that Reddit post, like somebody said like 80% of the people that play Trials couldn't get to 3 wins.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's not 3. That's not 3 straight wins. It's 3 wins and 3 losses.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they couldn't even do that before they hit 3 losses, which is like, I don't ever remember that being like that.
Well, so no. I think they need to.
Like, even when I was bad, I don't remember. Like, I would always get.
Yeah, I feel you. I think they need like a weekly bounty that gives you a piece of armor or something,
and one that does a weapon,
and you don't even need wins for it. You just need like kill a certain amount of opponents or like get super kills or something that's like a lot of it, so it takes like the weekend to grind if you're bad, and you can still get the stuff, and it could even be a powerful drop or a pinnacle drop. I honestly don't care.
Well, like
probably not pinnacle, but I'd be
but like powerful drop.
And
right?
even like what they
give
had
people
D1.
a reason just to play, just to get in there and play.
Even in D1, I'm pretty sure they had a bounty that was just get 5 wins.
Yeah.
It wasn't get them in a row. It was just get 5 wins.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you played enough over the weekend, you would be able to get 5 wins. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know.
I would be really nice to see, like, something specific come from the Flawless chest, too. On, like, as far as, like, either an extra perk on weapons.
I wish
that
Celerity
from
was
the chest.
Celerity
Yeah.
should be a depth weapon perk.
But I mean, I don't know if you guys have used the Celerity perk when you've been Last Guardian standing. It's kind of broken. Like,
Is it?
That's what I've heard.
I should keep something.
I tried it on the
that has
fusion rifle. I literally made the fusion rifle god tier. Like it was like the fusion had a shit roll. It only had Celerity. But as soon as it became the Last Guardian standing, it was like the most god tier fusion rifle I've ever used.
I'll have to check
like
it
I was
out.
like, this is crazy. Like I also had one on the shotgun and made like every shotgun shot like guaranteed kill. Like and it's like it wouldn't be in. And like I can't imagine what Celerity is gonna be like on the sniper rifle. Like I don't know if it's gonna be like you know.
I was watching Cool Guy's video on it, and he was talking about the flinch part because there's one of the 3 things is reduced flinch when shooting, right? And he was using the auto rifle to test it, and without Celerity, it's good. Like you can see the reticles going boing 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 every time it gets hit, right? When you're getting hit by an auto rifle, Celerity procs doesn't even move.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No moving. So
interesting. It's really
crazy.
good.
So it might be too good. Probably too good of a perk to be like a bonus perk.
Yeah.
But I mean, they gotta because in year 3, the blind perdition and like those guns or whatever, they had the snapshot.
Yeah,
everyone had snapshot.
Yeah,
and that's a good enough little like snapshots. Really, nice.
It's not like gonna make it OP, but it's a nice like quality of life, like making the gun a little bit easier to use.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool that they have like the glows when you go flawless.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I'm happy they brought the D1 Warlock armor back.
Oh my gosh, yes. Mind you, I ran it for like a few days. I ran it for like the week, and then I finally caved and bought the Eververse set with the pimp coat because I mean,
it's so good.
Well, so you could wait. You could wait and use Bright Dust. They were selling the helmet this week.
I did pick up the helmet.
Last season
so
I bought everything with Bright Dust.
Did you? I don't have enough Bright Dust anymore. I spent it all on stuff. I don't earn it fast enough.
Too. I don't know. Ever since they changed it where you couldn't. Ever since they changed it where you just like, they made that shadow keep change to like Eververse and stuff like that. I mean, I think the only thing I bought from Silver was the Bastion ornament because Bastion's like one of my favorite guns. But besides that,
gross.
like I just refuse. Like I just will refuse. Like the Warlock armor sets, I've literally just been like doing the what's it called, the bounties for Bright Dust.
Bright Dust, yeah.
Plus, I had like a lot of Bright Dust I never used like in Forsaken or whatever. And I just like have been slowly buying each armor piece every time it comes up. It sucks because
I know I have actually been doing that for most of the stuff.
You get a discount too. You get a discount.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
So I bought the helmet with Bright Dust, so I did get a discount on the set, and I like the whole set. That's the thing, is I like the whole set. Yeah. The helmet is probably the thing that I would use the least, and the gloves because I wear fittings.
And
I don't mind.
But I think it's just like, I don't buy silver like ever. The last time I bought silver was because somebody donated money and said buy silver with this.
I think it's a huge issue though. It's like a really big problem because like if you look at like some of the bigger like Twitch people or even some people on Mixer, like they're buying the whole Eververse store.
Yes.
Every single ornament.
Yeah.
But like what's that gonna show to like your viewers who are probably most likely like young kids? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like
I do like that it's only. I do like that it's only ornaments.
What really rubbed me the wrong way, though, I just want to get this point out.
Yeah.
They made those fucking Trials ornaments for the Ace of Spades, and
they
look so fucking cool, and they work with the glow and shit.
I know.
And you gotta buy it instead of actually going flawless. Like, can you imagine? Like, it boggles my mind. Like, that just
it's
like
a missed
irks
opportunity.
me.
It's a missed opportunity.
I mean, at least I got the ghost.
I got the ghost.
I don't like
the ghost
is
dope.
Like it.
You don't like the ghost? I like the
ghost.
It's
pretty cool.
I put
I like
cool
that
shader on it.
I liked the sun shell in D1. It was yellow. It was the Trials one. It looked slightly. I think it was the only ghost that had like a higher peak. Yeah, it was a slightly different shape from the other ones.
Because they didn't have in D1. They didn't have all these
ghost
crazy
shell was
looking...
dope too. You got an exotic ghost shell for getting legend in comp. You know, the night shell.
The night shell. I don't know if I got it.
No, I'm pretty sure. I think you got it.
I
don't know if it was. I thought I heard it was like there's one. There was like a really cool exotic one you got. The night shell or something like that.
Night shell. Pete's gonna look it up.
On Light GG. But they have this sparrow that comes out of the chest too. So I mean, it's not like it's completely devoid of rewards.
And
you know, as much as they got rid of the trackers too on the emblems, which was like I had like 1,000 gold medals, like over 1,000 gold medals that like got disappeared. So I was like kind of mad about that. But I really like what they did with the new trackers.
I think they're pretty cool. I think
they're gonna bring them back, which is nice.
Yeah, I think from what I've heard, they're gonna bring them back. I just don't. It's not wiping the data, is it? Are we starting again? I don't know. I have no idea how it's gonna work. I'm not super mad about it. It's kind of whatever. But it was the same thing. I think I had just broken 300 something gold medals, and I was like kind of proud of that. And that was the only one I really like would wear to like flex or whatever. It was like my gold medal one because it was like all annihilations from playing survival or whatever.
But I wouldn't even flex my gold medal emblem. Like I had like a 1,200 or whatever by the time they made the change. I wouldn't flex it because I saw people with like 5,000 or like 4,000. Even though like I'm probably like, you know, percentage wise the player base pretty high up there. But it was just nice to have that progression to check on yourself. You're like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? It would make me want to like go for those gold medals. Like I almost have every single gold medal besides the 50 kill streak.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's pretty,
so like I'm still searching for that, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I mean, the skill-based matchmaking.
Skill-based is gonna screw you.
Not too easy.
You just need to go to control. That's where all the new light players are. I found that out.
Yeah.
I was trying to. I was like, you know, classic mix too sweaty. Just like,
there's so many like, 6-stacks that just go in there. I'm just like, come on, man. Can you play by yourself for a little bit?
I wanted to control, and I was like, whoa. This is where all the new light players are because it's the biggest thing right in the middle of your screen, like you said. They just like click it and. Oh, what's this?
But the future's bright though for D2. I think. I
think so.
You know, people just got to get through the growing pains of it coming back. But I'm just happy Trials is back.
Hell yeah, it's been
especially the time we're in right now. You know, it's really tough for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
It's a good distraction.
Definitely. Well, especially with Trials, something that like takes that much focus. You can't think of anything else. When you're in a 1v3, you have to be thinking of just that 1v3 and what you're doing.
I was gonna say, actually, we like jumping into this podcast, I like forgot what was going on. I completely forgot what was going on in the world. Like for most of the podcast, I didn't think about it once. And I mean, we're just sitting here shooting the shit about Destiny and talking about Trials and things that like we're passionate about, and everything just kind of felt normal.
This is what I've been saying about how we're in a like period of time where we're so lucky to be able to have this technology to make this a lot more bearable. We couldn't do that. We couldn't talk to you over the internet with video and voice chat if this was, you know, the Spanish flu in 1918. Like,
I mean, even 5 years ago, really, it would be really shitty quality. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, we're just in a really lucky time, and then also too, people can actually make a living.
Yes.
Online.
And people can work from home, and like you can edit whatever from home. Like people that are like, you could edit footage and stuff that you had. It's not like you.
I got screwed a little bit. I mean, I'm actually supposed to be in Africa right now.
Okay,
and I'm supposed to go to Dubai tomorrow, but I mean that whole trip got canceled. Lost out on a lot of shoots, but I mean I'm lucky enough that I can do some work from home editing and stuff like that. But
that's a good transition. So, like, let everyone know, like, what exactly do you do for work?
So the professional cameraman, like I shoot commercials, TV shows, documentaries mainly. And like branded content for like Instagram and like Facebook ads and stuff like that.
So
at one point, I was Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez's personal cameraman.
I actually saw that on your. I actually saw that on your Instagram. I was looking
Jenny from the block.
I was looking for your socials for this content creator card, and I was like, yo, I can't. Like, I found like a Twitter profile for you that you haven't used since 2009, I think.
That was like a meme. That was like a meme account when I was like in high school.
And I was like, nah, that's not it. I'm not tagging that one. But then, we found you on Instagram, and I saw J-Lo, and I was like, holy shit.
It's like the one photo I had. I was just doing
What would
so I did that for like a year.
That's pretty cool. What would you say would be like your favorite like shoot that you've done? Like coolest, most enjoyable?
My favorite shoot I did was, I think, in like 2017. Yeah, 2017. No, actually 2016. It's when Obama was still president, and they opened up a flight path to Cuba, and they allowed planes to fly to Cuba. And I was doing a lot of videos for JetBlue, the airline, and they actually were awarded the first commercial U.S. flight to Cuba in over 50 years, and they hired me to do a short documentary film on bringing JetBlue crew members, like their employees that were of Cuban descent that had family in Cuba, to go see their families for the first time.
That's cool.
They never saw.
That's
so
cool.
I actually went to like Cuba and stuff, and it was just like really cool. Like I was in Cuba for like 5 days, and
that's
like
sweet.
Everyone had like these old cars, but we didn't go to like Havana. We went to like a different part of Cuba, but it was just really cool. Like I was on the plane with like the Secretary of Transportation, like the head of that, and it was just like I think I was like walking down the plane, and my grandma saw me on like NBC or whatever. I don't know. It's just like one of those really cool little like historic moments. And then like we went to the airport, and like there was a press conference and stuff. Yeah. But it was like in this like old airport that wasn't renovated, so it was like the 1950s like microphone. Like I don't know. It's just,
that's cool.
I don't know. It's just
cool.
like it was like probably the coolest shoot I think I've done. Like that I personally liked a lot.
Yeah, I think it's really cool how just like the creative arts can bring people together, because it's a space where like you don't have to have this crazy, like, I don't know, you don't have to be like a scientist or like something to like meet these people. Like you can be creative and do something with your work and have the opportunity to meet like so many different people. I don't know how else to explain that, but
I mean, with social media and just getting yourself out there, like I think like I don't really mess with social media that much. Like I mean, I think the most social media I do is like Discord and like being on Twitch or Mixer and like just hanging out, like, with people gaming and stuff like that. But like, I mean, I have an Instagram, but I don't really like pursue it. But like for anyone that's like scared to DM a celebrity or somebody, that they look up to or anything like that, you never know. Like, I mean, if they like your work, like you could be getting a DM back and be doing it. Like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Raw Rolling Papers. It's like this rolling paper company. And I mean, I loved them for like forever. And I saw the founder of it was doing Instagram videos and stuff. And I just messaged him one day. I only had like 108 followers on my Instagram. So I'm like, he's probably never going to message me. But guess what? Like I ended up actually like he liked my work, and it was all through Instagram DMs.
That's so cool.
For some of my biggest paying gig. That was the gig actually, because we were going to go to Ethiopia. Like I'm supposed to be in Ethiopia right now helping him build water wells, filming a documentary of him giving back. But like that was all like a dream like 2 years ago of me just DMing him out of the blue. Like, and same thing with the Jennifer Lopez stuff. Like it was just my boss like randomly just like messaging that person, and then they liked it. Like, so
well, that's what I'm talking about like creative arts is everybody's vision and everybody's work is so different because it comes from you. Like your work is not going to be the same as anybody else's in the world because it's you doing it. So like I just think it's so cool how being creative can open so many doors to meeting so many awesome people and having so many like really really neat experiences because you just kind of like express yourself, and I don't know.
Well, creativity is a uniquely human thing.
Yes.
Like that is something that nothing else, we can't make anything that can be creative. creativity comes uniquely from being a human, and that's the one thing that's gonna differentiate us from, you know, the inevitable AI takeover. Is we have the advantages, and even like the guy on Joe Rogan's podcast was talking about that, because so I told her about it, but basically he's an astronaut, and they had to put like this satellite dish, attach it to this tower. Mm-hmm. And these two parts have been in a warehouse for who knows how long. They're tested and everything.
I saw that. That was really cool.
Yeah, and and so the plugs wouldn't fit in each other, but he knew the sun was coming up because he asked like the control, crazy. And then he held it in his hand behind in the shadow, let it get cold, and then stuck it in, and like a robot's not gonna do that.
Time, right? Time they were like screwed or whatever. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was like an hour in the dark, and that thing would be toast. So
that's crazy.
And then AI wouldn't have been able to figure that out.
No, not at all.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's like super. Like that's a good, really, really good point. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I remember watching that. I was like, man, that's dope.
So that's something that we can at least hang on to.
A big hero moment. Be creative. Actually.
But that's like that relates to why people can relate over creative works.
Yes,
is because it's like an equalizer,
mm-hmm.
right? Doesn't matter how much money you are, you could not be creative, and then you're a little more boring.
Yeah.
A little more boring.
So you're talking about the raw rolling paper stuff. Like, is there anything else exciting that you're working on or going to be working on that you can talk about?
I mean, that's really my main focus right now, trying to help them build their Instagram, and just really, they've only really shot everything on an iPhone and done it like raw, like their brand name. But I'm kind of trying to get in there and help them use, industry cameras.
Yeah.
You know, trying to make it a little bit more polished, but still try to keep that raw element to it. That's really my main focus right now. And then, I have my little side projects too, because it's like being a freelance cameraman. It's like you have your big paying jobs, but that's only a couple times a year. You still need to,
like in between.
I still do, I'm still editing videos for lawyers and doctors and, stuff that's not that fun, but it pays the bills and I'm grateful for it. And I can still be creative doing those so-called boring things. You know what I mean?
You still bring your own flavor to it, for sure.
Yeah. So
you got to put the, what is it? The Law and Order. Dun, 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 dun. Throw it in there somewhere. Goodness. No, that's really cool.
And we've had a lot of fun just recently. I guess the past, basically since I got injured, since my finger got injured, we've done a little more with YouTube and been a little more consistent with that and putting things together, and it's fun.
I noticed.
Are
you still using like the different controller? I remember I saw one of the videos.
Just to res.
Yesterday,
That's so great.
Oh my god! Yesterday,
Pete. You just have a paddle just for the res.
Yeah.
It's there. It's still set up from when I was using it. So like, if people don't know, I injured my finger in December, and I couldn't use my left side of my hand basically, except for my thumb. So I had sprint, grenade, and ADS on my feet. But now like it's all healed up. Like the scar's still there, but the movement is kind of low. But I'm working on it. Unfortunately, I can't get ultrasound treatment because physical therapist is closed for an indefinite amount of time, but I'm still trying to do my exercises and work on it. It is getting better. Like, I think I'm up to probably 40 degrees of movement in that knuckle. But yeah, no, I mean, the controller's still there. It's still set up where it was going to be. So I just plugged one of them into X and I get my res in my foot.
There you go.
I have a clip of him yesterday. I went
still
down.
Getting used to it.
I went down and he ran over to my res, looked at his feet. Instead of just pressing X on the controller, dude. Instead of just pressing X on the controller, he couldn't find the button.
Where is my res button?
I'm like, Pete, just press X.
I think we might have lost that round too.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, they're pushing. Hilarious. Get the res with your finger.
I don't think they were even looking at me either. It was a total so clean res. I could have just sat there and held that.
It's crazy. I don't know if you ever heard the story about the one. I think there was a professional Street Fighter esports player that's blind.
Really?
What? You just use audio cues?
He just uses the audio cues and just knows like the perfect like angle to like.
That's crazy.
Like, you know how there's the combos and you have like the certain iframes and stuff like that. He's just so good at it. It's insane,
That's crazy.
Dude. Like it doesn't matter. And then I got a buddy who lost one of his pretty much his entire arm. It's like fucked up, and he still plays just fine. He just uses one hand with the elite. You know, so it's like anybody that's discouraged or whatever, you put your mind to it. I mean, you can do a lot of crazy things.
I think that was one of the cooler parts of, I mean, having people ask why are their feet on the screen got old, but it started the conversation, right? And like it was cool to be able to bring attention to using something like that, and not even just for a disability, just for a temporary injury and for recovery. So that was really cool. But there are some crazy like accessibility gamers out there. Rocky No Hands is probably the craziest one that I've watched play, and he's played Fortnite, PUBG, and stuff with his mouth, and that's it. Like I don't know if you've seen that, babe, but it's this crazy controller that it has like.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, it has like a couple paddles and stuff, but the craziest thing that I found was he has straws.
Yeah.
That he can blow or suck, and that's a different input.
Yeah.
Like,
so
it's wild.
Like what?
He's
hitting snipes and stuff and building in Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening right now?
Oh my gosh.
So no, that was cool. But no, I'm back on normal good old controller.
Regular controller.
Yep.
You guys get the new elite, or you still got the regular?
So
Dave has a new
we have
elite.
One new elite, yeah.
Mine.
How do you like the new one? Is it that much of an upgrade, or should?
Well, I don't use paddles or anything, so I mean.
Do you play claw?
Pass it over.
No, I just
pass it over.
I just play normally, but I'll be honest. Like the elite for me is, I like being able to use trigger stops if I want to. I like the fact that I can change the thumbsticks.
It's got a lot of weight.
It feels
right?
heavy.
It's the weight.
It's the weight. Like the normal Xbox controllers, I feel like I can snap them in half.
Yeah, it's so plasticky or whatever.
Yeah, they just don't feel nice.
So I haven't used it, but the two things that come to mind that I've seen is like the embossed grips are really cool.
Yeah, they're not separate. There's not separate
like
rubber pieces.
Mine's separating, right? Like the grips.
Yeah, me too. Off. Right here, like it's annoying. Like right here.
So,
like...
Yeah, it comes off.
So this one, it's like embossed in the plastic. So it's
like.
It's one piece.
It's all one piece. So yeah, it's a little more slippery, but like your hands don't slip off the grips.
Well, the other thing is it came with a completely different set of thumbsticks. You want to give me one of yours, Pete?
Yeah, look at the comparison here.
A completely different set of thumbsticks that isn't even available in the first one. Like, look how much bigger they are. Can you see?
Big.
It's big, and I put those on, and I was like, this is so much nicer. Like. So now I go to play on Pete's, and I'm like, holy shit, like, it's so tiny.
How do you deal with this?
And and then the other big change is there's no battery that comes out. So it actually has a little charging. It has a little charging thing.
Does it have good battery life or whatever?
It's like,
is it USB-C?
It's USB-C.
Like the new USB thing. Yeah, so it charges so fast.
You just sit on it you just put it on and it charges. But yeah, it's really good battery life. It's something like.
Like you haven't had your controller die when we
No, it's something like 24 or 48 hours or something. Like it's a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah, Drewski was telling me because I'll do a couple of cards with him once in a while. I play with him, and he loves the new elite.
Yeah. I did try the new paddles. They are slightly different, but I just can't. I grip my controller too hard. I accidentally pressed them.
I was saying today, the other day I noticed I have wear spots where my fingers rest because I grip my controller so damn hard. Like the grip is smooth there.
Wait, so Pete, do you use paddles still?
No.
No, you guys use paddles? That's crazy. I cannot. If I'm playing on a controller, there's no way. It sucked at first. I was like, man, this really sucks. This fucked up my whole game. But once I learned how to use it, it was like. And then then when I moved to PC, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to play mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
And I refused to touch it. And now, like, when I go back to a controller, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Like, what are these paddles?
Like, this mouse, the G Pro Wireless, is like the best thing ever. Like, oh my god, it's so light. It's like different. Like with a mouse, you want it to be like light. You want to be out because you're aiming with your whole arm, as opposed to you're just using your. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. I don't know how I can go back to playing controller, guys. I tried, and I'm just like,
you need to get a Zim. Just get a Zim, and then you can just flop back and forth. It doesn't matter.
I don't know if Senpai's gotten his Zim working. When we were playing, he was trying to play it. Yeah, Senpai was trying to play on it, and
it's not like an easy
it was stuttering.
Plug and go, right?
No, it's not.
Like
you have to set it up.
You have to like set it up. There's like the different settings and stuff. I don't know.
I don't know much about it, so.
But I mean, I was playing Warzone with my buddies on PC because my PC doesn't have enough storage. So I'm like, I'll just download it on Xbox and play on it.
Yeah.
But some games, like you can play mouse and keyboard on Fortnite on Xbox?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it has native support?
I think you can just plug it in. There are I thought there were certain games you could just plug in and go.
Yeah, someone saying Warframe was one of them.
Oh, maybe.
I know Warframe is, but I don't know if Fortnite's one of them. Maybe.
Because I'd be interested to see if the new Xbox console will allow native mouse and keyboard support.
I think so. This is where
I'll be playing a lot more Xbox.
Yeah. So I actually saw a conversation today with Goth and a few other people, and he was like, my prediction is day one Series X and PS5 D2 will be 120 FPS and like what a 4K or whatever, like 1440. And I'm like, I thought about it. I thought about the specs that they showed for the Series X, and I'm like, yeah, I think that's gonna happen. Yeah. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, because Destiny 2 is meant to play on PC as well. It's the same game, it's the same engine, right? So it can do it. It's just held back by the hardware. And then thinking about this, of how many people that have thought about that, they're all excited for that, of going back to console, because there's going to be no cheaters.
Yeah,
like you can't cheat on console. So then if you have native keyboard and mouse support, then I think that'd be a win for console.
Because I don't know if I could go back to controller. I'm telling you, like as soon as I learned mouse and keyboard, I was like, this is so much better. Because at first I was like, nah, it's like whatever. Like I've used controller my whole life. Like, you know what I mean? But like once you actually like put in the time and you see like your progression, like in D1, I wasn't like that crazy of a player. I was like a 1.4, 1.5 kind of KD guy. Like I could go flawless like consistently. But it wasn't like once I went up against like Grenadier Jake or like Wish You Luck, I'd be getting dicked on.
Whopped.
You know what I mean? But then once I switched to mouse and keyboard, like I don't know, like you can compete. Like I'm way better on mouse and keyboard than I ever could have been on controller. Yeah, that's a fact.
Well, even
it's just the movement.
The movement. So when you think about, every time I think about this, I think about how you're aiming on a controller and you're using your thumbs to move sticks. It doesn't really make much sense that is precise. Like no wonder you have so much aim assist on a controller. Like you have to, because like that's compared to moving a mouse around, even just the accuracy that you can click things on a computer. That's
what I get. Like you need the aim assist on the controller. You have to. I mean, it's a necessary thing. You know what I mean? Because you like, have you played PUBG on Xbox? Like, there's no aim assist even on Xbox. No aim assist when you're playing on it. So I was like playing on it when I first came out. I was like, this fucking sucks. Like, I suck right now. It's so hard to like. Or do you remember in D1, D2 year one? When Night Stalkers went invis dodged and you lost aim assist?
Yes.
That was infuriating.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Don't even get me started on dodges and losing tracking. Do you know how many hunters I melee and they take no fucking damage? And it
or when you arc bolt and they just dodge out.
What do you mean? Yeah. Well, I mean, I expect them to dodge out of my arc bolt. But when I'm meleeing them and they're mid dodge and then I lose the engagement and die because of that, it fucking irks me.
Well, so here's another thing. It annoys me so much. I can kind of understand a certain amount of iframes when you're dodging. Kind of. What I don't get is things like arc bolts, like tracking nades, and most especially Stormcaller. The amount of iframes you have against a Stormcaller is insane. Like,
dude,
I can
sucks.
push a Stormcaller.
This is what I'm saying.
I killed the
I played
Stormcaller
Storm yesterday, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, they dodge, but they're still like they're out of their dodge animation, and like you're just like you hear like the tickling and shit, and you're just not damaging them, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Or there's another bug with Stormcaller too, where you pop your super. They said they fixed it, and you fucking are doing it, and you're not doing any damage. I'm like, "What the fuck, man?" That's why I don't play Stormcaller, dude. I'm like, this sucks. That's why I'm on Nova Bomb now, Devourer, and it's just too good. Just too good.
So like, I've done this a couple times now. I can kill a Stormcaller if I time properly and aim with my shotgun without taking any damage. As a hunter, not in super, that should not happen.
Like, I mean, right in front of one of the easier supers to shut down. 100%. It's in like the top 3. Easy.
I think the only reason that I still run it is because I spent a lot of time using it.
The Arc Web's too good.
And Arc Web's so good.
Insane.
Even they nerfed it, and it's still good.
It's so good.
Do you use storm grenades? Because I've been using storm grenades.
No, I'm still using Arc Web.
I'm telling you, you should try storm grenades.
Yeah.
Storm grenades are good. Like the radius is really good.
The radius is big, and like the main thing you're using your arc bolts for is like the
I think
the chaining. Yeah,
that's fine.
It's fine.
Alright, cool.
But when like arc web will proc with just one bit of damage, it doesn't have to be much. And storm grenades are very.
You know what?
I understand dodge out of that storm thing though, because you get the storm grenade, you get like 2 or 3 damage.
So
it's such a big radius.
They'll
maybe dodge the first one, but they'll get hit again.
Yeah,
interesting. Okay, I might try that. Then.
That might be good for your playstyle.
The one thing that gets me all the time that I don't expect is arc web on pulse nades.
Yeah,
because a lot of warlocks don't run pulse nades, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what the fuck's happening? Like why is this chaining right now?
I remember
it totally confuses me.
We were on Wormhaven or something the one time.
We get the instant damage on pulse nades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right? And I remember the pulse nade was there. No, it was like burnout in comp or something. There was a pulse nade, and I was like, "Oh, that's fine." And I had to like walk through it or something. I walked through it, and it started the arc web to us because I touched it, and then I think 2 of us died.
Yeah, because they sit there. So like, if you're not paying attention.
And you accidentally
touch it, you can. It's over.
You chain your whole team. I mean, it doesn't happen as much now after they nerfed it. Like. It doesn't chain as much. I think they cut it like the chaining in half.
Yeah, they did.
They reduced the radius and reduced how much damage it does.
It's still really good though.
It's still really good. Well,
on Anomaly, it was great.
Oh yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit. That's why I was playing Stormcaller again. I was like, I'm just gonna chuck Storm Nade into the cubby room and just get triple kills. Like,
I remember like. I thought that we had lost a round, and I was kind of just like, oh, whatever, we'll see what I can do. And I like tossed a nade into the room and like went for a res, and everybody died. And I was like, oh, okay.
So good.
1 button, 3 kills.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Storm. I think I've just gotten better with like blinking and stuff too, and challenging other supers, and like
the real strength of top 3 Storm is that
barrage, and being able to pull out other supers and not be entirely like I've blinked out of Nova Bombs, I've blinked out of Blade Barrages, I've beaten Dawn Blades, I beat Spectrals all the time.
I've seen you but most of the time I'm not in view of you, but I see it in the kill feed, and I know how many ankles you break. It's insane. Because I remember there was one where. Maybe not 3. I'm pretty sure you dodged 2 supers and got both Cauldron. Kills. Yeah.
Like earlier this week, I popped my super outside by the bridge, by the door where you go inside. He popped a Goldie and they popped a Chaos Reach, and all I did was I went out the one door outside. I saw they popped it. I scooped, like blinked underneath the bridge and like went back and blinked back inside, and they wasted both supers. Trying to get me. I was like, well, I pulled out 2 supers. I didn't kill anybody, but like that's.
Well, I mean, they really nerfed that blink though, right? I mean, I noticed
they did
used a lot more energy.
Yeah, it
like
does.
your super just runs out a lot faster, but it's still really good.
Still very
Still really good. They killed Nova Warp. I'm so sad.
Oh, it's so bad.
Killed it. It's so bad.
They
nerfed
the shit out of that. That's probably the easiest super to shut down.
That's the easiest super, hands down. No, it is. It is
for sure.
Yeah. It's so bad. It's so bad. Even they buffed it a little bit, and it's still bad.
The one that I have an issue with is like decent smashes. I have a hard time shutting down decent smashes.
Well, it's all about the zigzag.
It's the
if they zigzag,
I just can't track them.
It's like you look at a Fist of Havoc coming at you, and especially on controller, maybe it's different on PC, but you look at it coming at you, and if it's running at you in a straight line, you're like, okay,
it's an easy kill.
Primaries, shotguns. As soon as they do one zigzag, you're like, I'm dead.
They do the shoulder charge one way and then again the other way.
You're like,
well,
I swear they get iframes. I can't
even track them. I can't track them at all. Like I try to shotgun or primary or do something, and like none of it works.
I swear it almost feels like the aim assist lags behind them.
Maybe
it's like they shoulder charge forward, but the aim assist still.
Aim assist totally killed me. Or I don't. Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday. Oh, that was crazy! I watched it happen on your screen. She was challenging someone from the bottom apartments to like
the bottom, the box.
Bottom of stairs.
Yeah.
And one burst of Crimson, good. Two bursts, good. Like miss a couple shots. He's absolute. One more bullet, and his teammate jumps from left to right, and her cursor literally moves like 4 Guardian lengths to the right. Because of aim assist, and it's like,
and I'm like, well, now I can't kill the guy that was literally 1 bullet because I'm shooting at the other guy who.
That's the nice thing about mouse and keyboard, guys. You don't have that issue ever. You don't have that issue.
So silly.
I didn't actually think about that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
That was the best, one of the best changes I didn't realize. I was like, I'm never getting pulled off the target ever again. It was like mind blowing.
Yeah, you're shooting where you want to.
Frustrating for sure.
And hand cannons actually feel good. You can actually use a real hand cannon instead of like having to use Crimson or Not Forgotten. Like it's not, like, you know what I mean? Like in D1, like the actual like Luna shooting pattern.
I think the closest thing to that I've really used was Ace of Spades for a while, but I just can't use Ace anymore. And
I mean, they nerfed it so much.
Spare feels good.
Spare does feel good.
If you get the stability perks, you get the stability perks.
I have a pretty good roll. I think it's Kill Clip.
You have Rapid Hit, Kill Clip.
Rapid Hit, Kill
Clip. Well, Rapid Hit's what makes it good, I think, on controller.
Yeah, Rapid Hit, Kill Clip. But then I think I have Accurized and then a stability perk. It's either I have Stability Masterwork or Range Masterwork. It's one of the two, but I have good stability on it as well. And it's like a laser. It's good. And when you get Kill Clip, like, it rips.
Yep. Yeah. And even mine that doesn't have Rapid Hit or whatever, like if you get used to the bounce pattern, it's not too bad.
The biggest thing about Crimson is just the fact that it gives you your health back.
I heard Thorn's good.
Itself. Thorn is good.
I heard Thorn's good on console if you get used to it, right?
It's just it's big. It's like takes up your whole screen, and there's a lot of recoil.
The ornament I have, once you get used to it, it's not that bad.
Once you get used to it, I'm sure it's fine. Yeah.
I heard if you get the Shadow Keep ornament, it makes it way better.
Yep, that's what I run on mine.
It's thinner.
Pay to win, man.
One, right?
Pay to win.
I bought that one. It's well, I bought it with Bright Dust. Let me clarify that for a second. But it's thinner, and I like it a lot more.
Well, the sight's nice. It has like that blue.
Yeah. The thing that bothered me about Ace for the longest time, even while you're using it, but you just got used to it, is the fact that when the way the recoil was is you shoot, and then this whole Ace of Spades is like on the whole right hand side of your screen, and you can't see where you were just aiming because the gun's in the way.
Yeah,
and you have to wait for it to come back down and then hope your target's still in the same spot.
I think the thing that I've always loved about hand cannons though is like the pacing of the shots.
Yes,
and I feel like Ace just fell into that.
Yep.
For me.
Well, that's the same RPM as like Palindrome.
Yeah, right. Like I was used to that already because of Destiny 1. It felt like a Destiny 1 hand cannon to me. It was the only hand cannon in Destiny 2 that felt like a Destiny 1 hand cannon was Ace of Spades. Because it just had a crazy range.
It had the sound too.
And the sound, I challenged fucking snipers with Ace of Spades.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, before they nerfed that, man, range. Crazy.
Oh, it's just so bad. It's just
Ace is so bad now.
It's so bad now.
It is, yeah.
And you could stow it and still have momentum worry.
That was gross.
When you pulled it out, that was dope.
Yeah.
It's
Crimson for me, like I did not when I first tried Crimson, people were like, try Crimson, whatever, and I was like, I don't know, like, I didn't like that it was a burst weapon.
Yeah.
It threw me off. I was like, this is a real hand cannon, like, I don't like it. And then I don't know. I just started using it. I'm like, this thing's just dirty. Like, it's so gross.
So I don't know if you guys know who Ogre 2 is.
Yeah.
Like the Halo like guy. So I've been running cards with him, and he's a controller dude still. Obviously, I mean, he was like the best Halo guy. Yeah. And he loves Crimson. Loves it. He says it's so good. It's really good. I was watching it. I was like, damn, really Crimson's cracked.
The amount
there was even the last card, Babe. I think it was the last card, or even the last two cards. Yeah. The amount of times that I watched Babe 1v3 like it was nothing, because like if she challenges to 1v1 each one by one, she can just keep going. Even 1v2, get the health back.
Reload, right?
Reloads if you get a precision kill, which I mean is most of the time.
Yeah.
It like I don't know. It's just gross. It's like a new engagement every time if you come out of the kill and you have a second to get your health regen before someone's shooting you. Even on Burning Shrine and Anomaly, it was the exact same thing. We have a YouTube video coming out on Wednesday. I literally just explained why it's so good. And just like clips of me just like 1v3ing everybody with Crimson because it's just so nasty for trials.
The stagger's good too.
It staggers on
I mean,
console.
Anything that gives you health back is, I think, the best for trials. It's crazy. Like, and also too, I don't think roaming supers are that good in trials anymore.
No,
like I don't think roaming supers are good. I think shutdowns are the best.
Shutdowns for sure. I feel like we've done pretty good. I mean, Anomaly was good for Storm. Burning Shrine was good for was okay for Storm. I wouldn't say it was great for Storm, but it was okay for Storm. On Widows, I've done okay, but it's mostly because people are passive. And they're all grouped up with snipers, and if I can get close enough, I just pop in and it's fine. But the teams that are moving, I might get one person down, but then we have a ghost. And then we can do something with it. Like, I don't know.
Or there's a couple times where I just used my super literally to get a res.
Yeah.
Like it was a 1v2 or whatever, and I was able to pop my super and push them off the ghost, grab a res, and then all of a sudden they're out of position. We can take position, hold the ghost, blah blah blah.
Yep, for sure.
Because I noticed like with Storm, it's kind of the same with most roaming supers, but I feel like it's more blatant with Storm. There's a threshold. It's like if you manage to get out of cover and not get sniped, not get shotgunned, you pretty much are going to kill anything and within a certain radius of you, because that you're going to blink in a position, you're going to dodge stuff with blink. Like
I tend to usually like kind of push out and pop it as I'm pushing a corner versus popping it and then pushing, because like that split second of where you're popping it behind cover and then pushing is like enough for them to set up a snipe or run away.
Yep.
You almost just have to kind of like push around the corner and like then be like surprise. But half the no, I wouldn't say half the time. Sometimes they're already hard scoped and you're just done.
I feel like, this isn't going to be the situation in a lot of situations. If that makes any sense. But I feel like your best move is to like push from cover to another piece of cover that's near them while you're popping it. So it's best of both worlds.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been having people on my team use spectral blades. Like I've been having our carries do spectral blades, and not even to get kills, just to get wall hacks.
Yeah. The intel,
especially on widows, because spectral blades last so long that if they just stay in the cloaked mode, they'll tell us where it is, and then by the time we get to him, he'll still have spectral and still be able to maybe get a kill.
Yeah,
that's
I
a
feel
good
that.
call.
I don't know how they left wall hacks on that class, man. They took it off everything else, but they left it on spectral blades. That super's too good, man.
It's really good. The hit registration, I was talking about this earlier. Hit registration on spectral is so freaking good. It's crazy. It's literally like an AoE.
I'll challenge them and shut them down like spectral blades.
Like head on, you can kill them.
And even like Storm versus Spectral Blade, I'll win. Most of the time, I'll win.
See, that's crazy. Like, I feel like every time I've popped Stormcaller or like Spectral Blades is so good. Well, another thing why it's so good on PC is the more frames you have, the further your lunge is.
Gotcha. That definitely makes a big difference then. That would make a big difference.
So, like, they can close the gap on you like that.
Yeah.
You just get the light swipe and the uppercut, and you're dead. Like, it's done. Like, half the map they've already traversed. The
crazy
2 swipes.
How much of a difference there is from like console to PC.
Well, it's interesting how many things are tied to frame rate.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the Jotun thing. That was frame rate.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Also, to Icarus Dash on top tree Dawnblade, you go further. So,
that's crazy.
Just the way the game is.
Having a better rig makes you play better. I guess pay to win.
For real. How where do you see competitive Destiny? Like, what direction do you think it's headed in? Do you think there is a future for competitive Destiny? Do you think
I don't think so. Personally, I don't think there should be an esport or anything. I mean, it'd be cool, but like, I think the sweat scene needs to grow up. But, I think they need to grow up though.
Yes.
A lot of the top players, especially on PC, are. I don't want to sound like whatever, but a lot of them are really immature and.
Well, it was the same thing in Destiny 1.
Same thing in Destiny 1, but I think. I don't know. I don't like. I like the scene is like encouraging it, and like.
Yeah.
Like these younger kids are like okay with. I don't know. I think there needs to be a lot of cleaning up on that side because Bungie's not going to support them until they figure that side up. That's of
fair.
it.
What kind of like discouraged me a little was like I had a lot of hopes for Destiny Arena that Big H put together and with the Face It platform, and it sounded really good. It sounded like it was going really good, and then he put like a Twitter post out, and it was like, I'm sure you all have noticed that player base has gone down drastically and people have stopped playing. I just want to know why. Like, if you guys have any thoughts, let us know. And an overwhelming amount of responses was, it's just too toxic.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing's too toxic.
I was grinding Face It, dude, when it first came out. I was in the top 25 on the leaderboard the first week. I was grinding it. And I was using my fusion, though.
Yeah.
And kids were getting salty,
so
dude.
Mad,
I was looping kids. Like, I was, like, top 20 kids. I was giving it to them. And, like, the things people were calling me, people like, I hope your mom gets cancer, getting called racist stuff, like, all this crazy shit. And I was just like, I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what's the point? What's the point? Like, if you're just gonna be like that. And the sad part about it is the admins are also the ones that were doing it. Like, you know what I mean? And they were friends with the people too. So like they would just let it go and stuff like that.
Well, that's
it's like the sweat community mentality too is very like, if you're not using hand cannon sniper or hand cannon shotgun, you're a shit player. Get the fuck out of here. Like, we don't want anything to do with you. But like, Destiny's a great game with so many different things. I feel like them just banning certain things, like banning all these things that actually aren't even that broken or cheesy. It's just a different play style you don't like playing against because it counters you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Just kills the whole vibe of the game for me. Like, I like it when people use different stuff.
That was kind of like part of the like struggles that we met with the league that we ran. Was we basically took the like Destiny Arena Face It rules and like modified them a little bit because we figured that was that was a rule set that people had recognized as being something that was competitive. We actually made it so you could only have one fusion rifle per team versus being able to run.
I mean, for console, I can totally understand.
Yeah, but even then, we had people very upset at the fact that you could run fusions at all.
One fusion rifle,
like at all. Like, people were overwhelmingly did not like that. And you know, we had some people that ran, what was it, like Wave Splitter for a game.
Yeah,
just some like different loadouts that like you wouldn't really expect to see in any sort of competitive environment. And some people weren't too happy about that kind of thing. Overall, it was a good experience, and everybody was pretty good about everything. But we did have some feedback on some of the things that people thought should be banned or shouldn't be banned and stuff. So that's definitely something that we're gonna have to like look into.
I mean, their rules set, they have some good rules, man. I mean, like, no double stacking like mods, or you can't like run super mods or super mods that give you super energy. Like, yeah, that's cool and stuff, but when you're banning, full on weapon types, like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You
and
can't
like
just be
banning
no fusion rifles.
A playstyle that's a hard counter to your preferred playstyle. Like, it's just like that doesn't come off as competitive to me. Like, if you're the better player, then you should be able to beat it.
You play around it, right? You figure
play around
it out.
it.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
For
it'd
sure.
Be like,
so it's
it'd
like,
be like playing
I don't know.
Overwatch
For me,
and being like,
it's
okay,
like,
you can't.
I tried out the scene or whatever. It was whatever. I had some success in it, but like, it wasn't anything like crazy. It's just, I think they just need to grow up a little bit and think about like Bungie's perspective, right? Like, can you imagine like going to a tournament and them banning half the game that you created?
Yeah.
How would that feel? That's like a slap in the face. Like, no wonder why they don't support it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel that.
They want people to use everything in the game.
That's why they put it in there, right?
Exactly.
Like, okay, so there are things like for example,
there are things that are cheesy as fuck.
There are things
like
that are super cheesy.
And
I like, if we were to put together something right now, 100% I would ban hard light.
Oh yeah.
Like stuff
that's
just
for sure.
Totally out left center, like just totally crazy. But I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to watch people use different loadouts and.
That's why True Vanguard's tournament was did well, man. Everyone is using different things,
I think I actually want to do this too. I want to do like a tournament where we make loadouts, makes like standard loadouts for people, and there'll be like different sets. Like, okay, you have to play.
You can even just do year one stuff.
Yeah, but you could just do like, okay, you have to play Warlock, Top Tree, this, like sidearm, pulse rifle, and then you have to use fusion rifle, scout rifle, and then you have to use whatever, or like have set ones, and you get to pick which one to use for like your games, but it has to be this setup. I think that'd be pretty interesting to kind of force people out of the comfort zones and play this game that we have called Destiny that has so many random things in it. Like, that's what makes Destiny, and that's what makes it unique, is all these different weapons with different effects and exotics and crazy stuff.
Well, it's boring playing the same thing every day too. Like, I mean, the amount of hard lights and revokers that we've seen.
I don't know if you guys were on Trials Report and looking at the usage stats, but oh my god! Not so much, not this weekend, but last weekend.
Last weekend was
it was crazy.
The top 5 was 4 special weapons. Hardlight was number 1, and it was more than like all of the other special weapons like combined. It was like crazy.
Yeah.
Like how? Hardlight's still good, dude. This week's still pretty bad. Revoker's obviously gonna be number 1 just because like the map. But Hardlight is only 100,000 kills or 200,000 kills behind it.
Yep.
The next closest thing is 1.5 million behind, and that's Beloved.
That's crazy, and that's what I was saying.
That's
earlier
nuts.
On Friday when I saw.
There's no way it's not the most OP gun in the game, right?
Yeah.
You can outplay it. You can outplay it, but when you go up against a team that sits in rifts with that Hardlight, or they don't push, and you got to push them, it's really tough to beat. Especially when you can combo Hardlight with Revoker. That's a big problem, because you get your ammo back with Revoker. You don't have any. You don't have to.
There's no repercussions.
There's no push. You don't have to push at all. With that loadout, you don't. And Hardlight has 50 in the mag?
49. That's way too deep, dude.
Yeah,
way too deep. Changed. Like, you can just sit there and shoot.
Forever. You can outplay it. You can outplay it. Like, you can. I made a build specifically to outplay it. Devour with a fusion. You can. Or even Crimson too. You get your health back. Crimson, and you can keep going.
Yeah.
Like, anything to get your health back is a good counter.
Within ranges, you can outshoot a Hardlight. And you
can shit on it in hand cannon range.
Yeah.
Like with my Dire Promise or Spare Rations, I can 3-tap a Hardlight.
Yeah.
Easy in my range.
It goes down.
But if I'm like a couple meters outside my range, forget about it. You're getting melted.
And if you don't have, if somebody else is shooting a hard light off a wall, that should.
So that's what I was saying about Widows. I was like, you thought last week was bad just because of the wall bounces and burnout because of the wall bounces. You're about to see what no damage drop off really does with this gun.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stable already, and like, yeah, it's harder to hit shots at really far ranges, but the fact that if you do hit a couple bullets, they're full. You're doing
full damage.
It's full damage. Like every other auto rifle, even if you can hit.
And it's not
shots,
like one round from a hand
like
cannon that's doing damage.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Well, if you hit the right angle, those extra damage bullets hit you so fast. You don't even have a chance to move.
Let's put this into perspective, because like, say they're going around the corner back, like back spawn of Widow's Court, and you're like gazebo or something.
Yeah.
With a hand cannon, you're gonna hit for like, I don't know, 10s. I forget what the damage floor is, but it's really damn low. You're still hitting for 16s out of a hard light per bullet. And you're throwing so many down range, you're probably going to hit a couple.
I mean, if you multiply that by 3, too, and they're shooting all at the same direction, I mean, one of them's bound to hit you, right? It's
gross.
Terrible.
But I mean,
if there's a wall behind you, good luck.
I mean, they're not going to change it anytime soon. I mean, I doubt it.
No, we're going to
it's probably going to be another couple months. It's going to be a couple months, but I mean, there's definitely builds you can do to counter it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I think people need to, with this hard light shit, just accept that it's gonna be a thing for the next few months, and they just need to learn how to outplay it. As annoying as it is, because you can outplay it.
Yep.
So I haven't touched hard light once. I haven't equipped it once.
I put it on one time briefly, but
I refuse. But like,
I don't enjoy
you can still do well. You can still do well. You can still do well without using it.
Yes,
100%.
So
mainly I was using it yesterday because I was tired, and then I was using it today because I was frustrated. And it's very easy to use, so I'll use it.
I mean, you see the kids doing the strat where they just like crouch spam.
Oh, I outgunned so many of them, dude. Because I'm crouch spamming. Because I'm puppeteer, so we run puppeteer, both of us. And I just click my stick in a couple times, and they miss like a bunch of shots, and then I win the fight.
So ridiculous.
Have you tried the new trial shotgun?
I don't have a good roll.
I got a god roll.
Lucky.
Is it
amazing
shot.
Yeah.
It's the best shotgun in the game.
You think
There's
so?
no doubt. 100%. I have opening shot, quick draw.
It's not energy. Kind of sad it's not energy.
Well, just the fact that you can get.
I mean, you can use it with NF.
Yeah, it's
but I don't know if NF's that great on consoles. I mean, I don't know if everyone still uses it.
We don't see many of them, but a good NF player will flinch my crimson shots and outgun me.
But I still you're gonna see a lot more, and you do see a lot more spares than NFs. Mainly, I think it's mainly.
No, that Trials auto rifle is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Once that hard light gets nerfed.
What's in your shotgun?
I have opening shot, quick draw, accurize, full choke, and a range mastery.
Yeah, that's nice.
It maps. It's really good. You should definitely farm that. People should be farming that. I mean, that's why people were token farming.
That's why people were token farming. Yeah, I
mean,
like that
thing
we didn't reset it
insane.
3. We just went
the
for
sniper. I don't like. I got the sniper. I wasn't a big fan of it. The zoom.
It feels like Revoker. It feels heavy like Revoker.
I mean,
like,
Revoker's just way better.
Snappier.
You get your ammo back.
It's really
hard.
You get your
ammo back. What's the point of using it?
That's fair.
You know. But yeah, I don't know.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, it does actually make a big difference. Even just a body shot. If you're looking at bodies with a 72 versus a 90, when you hit them with a 90, it takes their shields off and they're just health, which I think is like, it's actually like
131.
70, yeah, 130. I think it's like just under 70 damage is like your health pool. But then
you need a crit with your hand cannon.
You do 153 with a Revoker. You breathe on them, they're dead.
I know. That's another problem with the fucking high impacts. They're just Revoker's just really good. I mean, I think anybody that was a dedicated PvP player knew that when Trials was coming back, Revoker was going to be, top tier.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, do I hit crazy snipes with Beloved? Sure. But overall, Revoker's going to give me more bang for my buck.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm still going to hit the shots. Like,
I mean, Revoker has some crazy magnetism, man. I'm telling you.
It does. More than
anytime I get quick scoped or no scoped, it's always a Revoker. I'm seeing it in my kill feed. That killed me. Seriously, not Beloved. It's a Revoker, man. Every time. Like on PC, dude, it's kind of funny how much Revoker is memed on. Because the only kids really using Revoker are usually people that use controller with their targeting adjuster with the Revoker. Seriously.
Gotcha.
Because they got their NF or their Recluse or whatever. It's just funny.
Yeah. Recluse Revoker, that was something we ran into a lot in comp for a while.
I mean, Recluse was so good.
Recluse was really good.
Beast.
Shit was broken, man. It was a really fun gun to use, I'm not gonna lie, but glad it got nerfed.
You're hitting that, like, when bodies doing, what was it, 24 or something per hit out of 900?
Melted.
Holy shit. That was crazy.
Anyways, we're coming up on 2 hours.
Really?
It's the longest
Really? It was 2 hours?
Oh my god.
Longest podcast we've recorded to date.
That's funny.
I don't want to go to 3 hours because.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's already 1:30.
I mean, it's almost 2 a.m. over here.
Yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. I'm starting to crash.
That was good though.
That was fun. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
We just got to chat about PvP and stuff, which is what we enjoy. So thanks for coming and not you know.
Thanks
like,
for inviting me, guys.
I know.
I feel sorry about Friday. I'm sorry about yesterday. But once it's like Javelin 4 or some other map, and then hopefully I'm praying for you guys to be able to get a PC and be able to move to PC one day.
Yeah, one day.
Because I'm telling you guys will really it's amazing, and it made Destiny way more fun for me. And
it looks.
I know
so
you guys
crazy.
will love it too. Like you guys will love it. I'm serious.
When we watch PC clips, I'm like, that looks so crazy. Like, just the movement that people have is just insane.
I'm telling you, when you play PvE just to get practice with, like, if you guys ever decide to, I mean, you could stay on controller if you want, but like, it's literally a new game.
Yeah. I feel it.
And that's like, we've definitely heard it. It's just our struggle of getting to. But
just keep grinding.
This coronavirus may be a blessing in disguise, because I don't think we're going to GCX this year.
Yeah, Guardian Con in Florida.
I mean, you guys can grind the stream stuff too. You know what I mean? Like, just keep grinding that stream stuff. You guys are always at the top of the directory on Mixer. And then, I mean, you guys are grinding on Twitch here and there. I mean, there's not a lot of duo streams on Twitch right now. I mean, that's lacking for sure. And like,
well, we saw crazy, like, the reason that we swapped from Tuesday to Sunday, like last week, we just decided to do a Sunday stream and see how it went. And our viewership was like triple what it was on Tuesdays. In one Sunday stream. Like,
it was just better.
It was
I mean, there's a big appetite on Twitch right now.
Yeah.
There's a big appetite on Twitch right now.
And everyone's looking to watch trials and get involved, right? So like, there's more opportunity for people coming in.
There's not a lot of Xbox people too on Twitch right now.
Yep. And we had,
I mean, a lot of that main Xbox guys on Twitch are on PC now.
We had at least one person that came through our Twitch stream last Sunday, come hang out on Mixer this week.
Wow.
And like,
cool.
that's really,
like,
that's
a lot.
really cool. So that's kind of the hope. That's kind of the hope, is like, our Mixer squad will come help us grow on Twitch to get new people to come in. And then, like, if people have Twitch Prime, whatever, they can drop it there, like, sub for free. And then we can also like pull those Twitch people to come.
I mean, it's smart. You guys need to just diversify and broaden your guys' audience. And it's good you guys are grinding YouTube, because that's a huge thing. And also Instagram too.
The YouTube grind is slow. Like, it's
slow,
like,
but it's slow, but it's actually easier to grow probably on YouTube than it is on Twitch. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
If you learn how to
more
tag
discoverable,
right,
it's way more discoverable.
We're learning. It's a big learning
it's
process.
Slow grind, but you guys are getting there. I'm telling you, like, you guys just got to keep going at it. Because you guys got something. You just gotta
stay consistent. No sleep.
Thank God Trials came out.
Yeah, that was big. All right.
Good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
No, thank you guys.
Where can people find you?
Where can people find you?
Plug that stuff.
My only social media that I actually have is my Instagram, at GDORJI. I have like a little bit of a YouTube. The URL is MonkaTOS, so I can't until I get 100 subscribers on it. I can't share that. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But you'll catch me your guys' stream. Maybe I'll see you guys can be on Twitch tomorrow. I'll be there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at. So,
awesome.
Thank you guys for having me on. I always love talking to PvP.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. It was tons of fun. 2 hours just like that. Gone.
Yep. Well spent though. Time well spent.
Absolutely.
Right, good night, guys. Stay safe.
Guys.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
If you want more of us, you can find everything BXP at babexpete.com, including links to all of our socials, YouTube, merch, and our discount codes for Into the AM clothing and Advanced GG energy drinks.
Our main focus is our live stream at mixer.com/babexpete, where we live stream video games and foster an amazing community. Peace.